Of course, Clinton wants to make sure Indiana is safely in her column next Tuesday. She made a couple of stops in northern Indiana today. First up, Munster Steel Company in Hammond. She toured the facility before speaking to workers and their families. After that, she headed to the AM General plant in St. Joseph County. Her trip was to highlight the role that manufacturing plays here in Indiana and her plans to bring manufacturing back to the U.S. WSBT 22's Patrick Roth was with Clinton. And Patrick, she said that AM General is a model the rest of the country can follow.
Yeah, Rick, she really highlighted the level of cooperation between management and labor at the plant. And she said the fact that it's an American plant making cars from a German company to sell in China is an example of how competitive the American manufacturing workforce can be. There was a lot of excitement as Hillary Clinton laid out her plans for the role manufacturing would play in the economy if she were elected president.
Now, here's what I want to do. I want to make sure that we revitalize manufacturing. I want us to have a manufacturing renaissance in America.
That's an idea that certainly has a lot of support at AM General. But what a lot of people want to know is how anyone would go about doing that.
I don't care about what they do on the side. I want to know what you're going to do for, I don't want to say for me, I'm about ready to retire, but I want my kids, my grandkids, I want to have a future for them.
Clinton said an example of how to return manufacturing to the U.S. could be found at AM.
Happen by our wishing it to happen. It will happen because of the hard work that you see here in this plant and the cooperation between management and labor. That's what I want to see more of in our country.
She also outlined her $10 billion program along with a new tax credit to encourage more manufacturing in the U.S., especially in places that have been hit hard by previous economic downturns.
We got to get the blue-collar worker, the semi-skilled blue-collar worker back in the workforce. We can't survive on service orientation. We got to manufacture something.
I'm going to do everything I know how to do to make sure manufacturing is at the core of regaining prosperity, rebuilding the middle class, and providing every person in this country, particularly every child, the chance to live up to his or her God-given potential.
Now, this has been a big night for Clinton. Like we told you off the top of the newscast, she's already won 4 out of the 5 contests held tonight.
Yeah, big night tonight, but even with that, Patrick, Indiana still going to play a big role.
Yeah, in fact, actually, the AP just reported that Clinton has at least 90% of the delegates she needs to secure the nomination. So Indiana could wind up being the state that clinches it for her.
Yeah, it's going to be a big week of campaigning leading up to next Tuesday in the primary, Patrick. Thank you so much. A group of protesters, though, were outside AM General during Clinton's speech. The group mostly consisted of Bernie Sanders supporters. They held signs urging her to release the transcripts, a reference to her speeches to Wall Street banks in which she pocketed hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, one protester says that Clinton changes her positions.
I came out here to protest Hillary Clinton and specifically because of her constant flip-flopping on every major issue in American politics, from gun control to abortion to LGBTQ rights. She has not had a clear and consistent stance throughout her career.
And there was a small counter-protest of Clinton.